George, I got tools. Yes. I have no idea what to do with them. That's what we got this guy for.
Yeah, Lee Saberson, master pumpkin carver, has joined us, and he cut his teeth carving pumpkins in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin.
That's correct.
It's so weird because that's where my little boy lives.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Crazy. And as you can see,
he's climbing in next year.
I love it. As you can see, Lee's somewhat good at this.
Yeah.
Based off these right here, wow, man. I mean, what inspires you about doing pumpkins, like just carving like you do?
Well, my wife got me into it.
Okay.
There was a guy in Whitefish Bay, Gordy Falk, who was in the Navy like me, but he was a sketcher, you know.
Okay.
He just, all the time. And he would carve pumpkins by his house.
Okay.
And finally the police said, "I'm sorry, sir, we can't handle the traffic."
Oh, wow.
So they moved him to the Park Central in the town by the library, and he did 1 year, and the next year my wife was on the foundation, and she heard he was going to have a call out for celebrity carvers. Okay. And I said, I got to go see, because I knew a couple of musicians that were in town. I wanted to maybe work with them. Well, the only people who showed up were me and the high school principal.
High school principal, that counts as celebrity, doesn't it?
Kind of,
he
sort
is.
Depending on what your grades are looking like at school.
Yeah. But he had a high school, and he brought in the seniors. He did the 50 states.
Oh, wow.
50 pumpkins. And then I just followed the guy around.
Wow.
50 pumpkins?
You and I were talking about the tools you use.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the fact that a knife just cuts in a straight line.
Exactly.
But you use these saws.
Keyhole saws.
Keyhole saws. Right. So tell us about the difference in using that tool as opposed to a knife.
Right. Well, those of us in the business grind the back of it off in a straight line with the center so we can make turns and the knife doesn't, or the saw doesn't walk. Because you want this to be straight in, you know, every corner turn has to be a straight in shot. So we do this. The nice thing is they're mostly not, don't hurt you. And they leave a little bit of goop when you saw.
And then that's where the most unlikely tool comes in.
This is
a toothbrush.
We use simple tools, the simplest we can get. And then when we go inside, or somebody goes inside,
ice cream scoop.
Yeah. Okay, we give them a little ice cream scoop if you have that laying around. Or, here you go.
A big fancy spoon.
My next big pumpkin here. I'm going to call you.
Uh-oh.
Is that okay?
Yeah, heck yeah, it is. Does that mean I'm going inside?
No.
Okay.
No. You're all right. You're all right.
Might too small.
You said earlier,
I'll go inside.
You were going to put Colton to work on an eyebrow or something, or
yes.
Okay.
I said I wanted to show everybody how the erasable. All the kids have these. Okay. All the kids have them in school. So you can take one, borrow one, or have him. Come on, Colton. Okay. You can go around, and I asked him to do a proof. Okay, and if you change your mind, the cool thing is you can use a piece of pumpkin to erase the part you don't want.
That's crazy.
And redo a little bit. Okay, then we'll put
Pumpkin back.
Put the piece back, yes, and then Colton, you're 10 is about old enough for maybe a saw if you're with supervision.
Hand that young man a saw.
That's right.
There it is. Now you can turn. See, when the tip is narrow, it's easy to turn.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Here, I'll tilt it over a little bit for you.
Cole's in there doing
That's it.
surgery.
You don't have to push real hard. You can just push and pull.
Okay.
There we go.
And I want to tell folks though, this business of using the little saws, and they sell them in kits now at Michael's and places like that.
Yes, sir.
It really has revolutionized. A dope like me, I love carving pumpkins now using these little saws because you can do a rendering right on the pumpkin and then you just saw away and it comes out just like you wanted it to.
Exactly. And if you use an erasable marker, you erase it and nobody knows.
Love it, love it. Some more examples of some of the artwork you've done. Do you have a favorite out there that you kind of got creative with?
Oh, there is one of my favorites, the Lion King.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
My daughter married a king.
Ah,
Happy birthday!
I love that. I love that. I love that.
And so,
Lee, we're gonna stick around with you and get.
We'll get this out.
Yeah, we'll get this going. Let our master carver in training right here, Cole, do his thing.